Okay, I'm gonna try a recorded video here. Let's see if how that turns out. Today, I wanted to talk about the Rift of Worlds, or the raid boss, as it is known better. So the raid boss is really different from a lot of the other fights in the game because it requires a different set of skills. A different set of each monster's skills are going to be better or worse, and it's not exactly the same as other dungeons. I don't know if this group is going to work out. Zeros on the front row. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, it might give me a good chance to explain. So, number one mechanic that's different about the raids. A lot of this might be a review for a lot of you, but anyway, number one mechanic that's different is that there are two rows. There's a front row and a back row. The only difference about the front row is that the front row takes an additional attack called Crush of Doom. Targets the front line of the enemy and unleashes an attack that ignores all beneficial effects. Damage increases substantially as the target's defense decreases. This attack will target the back line if there are no monsters left in the front line. I'm going to turn my volume down a little bit. So, it ignores all beneficial effects. Wow, we already got him down to 1/4, so I guess we have some attack power going on. Oh yeah, look at that. My damage is like nothing because haven't been putting debuffs on. Oh good, that was really good use of decline by my fedora. Come on people, land your debuffs. That's how I usually do damage in the raid, is with my debuffs. There we go. There we go. See, right up there to 31%. Anyway, I'll talk about dealing damage later. So the front row, it's important to remember the damage increases, targets the front line of the enemy and unleashes an attack that ignores all beneficial effects. So, this ignores defense buff. So, if you're like, oh, good, but, oh, I have defense buff, look at this person. I don't even know what happened to this person, but pretty soon the middle row is going to start attacking the middle dragon head. Oh my goodness, this person's an idiot. Okay, so both of these people are unprepared for the raid. So the number one mistake that people make, which is what both of these people have made, is they don't bring enough heals. And they don't have enough defense on their front line. This guy on the front, I didn't even look at what this guy had, because this guy looked a little bit more sketchy. This guy had Zyros on the front line. Zyros does not have defense. Rena and Chloe are both based on they're more often HP than defense. I don't know, but they probably didn't survive. I'm not even going to hope to be able to win this boss because this person over here does not have a revive. Okay, he's getting both heads. So, anyway, number one mistake, not bringing enough defense on the front line. Number two mistake, not bringing enough heals in general. So, this third person is going to die here, and I'm going to be able to fend off all three of these raid boss heads for some time because I have so many heals built into my group. By nature of how many monsters I'm bringing, and also by nature of how I'm ruined them. Let's see what's gonna happen. Yep, dead. Oh, mobilized from Bella. But I'll talk more about why my heals are going to be so excellent. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my goodness, that other person didn't even end up putting a leader skill on. Oh my goodness. That's ridiculous. Because, see, we only have resistance and defense percent here. That's ridiculous. Okay, so how do I look at my team? Okay, here we go. Okay, so if you don't have a Chisoon, I'm sorry for you. But Chisoon is so good. She, in some ways, I even think she's better than Ariel, the Light Archangel, which most people agree, Light Archangel, Chisoon are like the two best healers. There's two ways in which I think Chisoon is even better than Light Archangel. Number one, this heal heals through unrecoverable, so it's really easy to put unrecoverable on you, and then you can't heal, and you're just sunk. Ariel, Ariel can't handle. Wow, this person's staying alive longer than I thought. I guess Chloe. Have to rethink bringing Chloe for the raid. I don't know. But he's not going to survive after the second total annihilation thing. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so that you're probably saying, why are you talking about unrecoverable? The raid boss doesn't have an unrecoverable debuff. That's true, but I was just talking about how awesome Chesun is. Their second move is so good. I am one step away from powering it up all the way. I've been trying to get it powered up for the last 2 months. Luckily, I powered this move up on the first turn. It says reusable in 5 turns, but I got this on my very first Devilmon, and it's every 4 turns. But anyway, this move heals based on her HP, and it's an Ariel. The Water Archangel will heal 75%. He will heal up to 75%, I believe. Let's see, I think it's Holy Water does, 15% for 2 turns and 45%. Yeah, so if Holy Water does 45% and then 15% for 2 turns. But it's 20% of her HP. 20% of her HP. So it's healing 10,000 every single time because, well, unless I'm in a stupid lame raid team that doesn't have a HP buff. Anyway, she's usually with my Veramos as a leader, which puts her well above 40,000 HP. So she's healing, and and when you power up the recovery, it increases it to like 20, like 25% of my max HP. Anyway, so she's healing more than 10,000 every single time, and so that is just. Oh, did I die already? Oh yeah. I guess my people must have just been getting tired of. That'd be interesting if he survived longer. Oh no, he's not. I don't know what's up with that. I should have survived a lot longer. I haven't died in raid 3 in a long time, but we're gonna die pretty quick here. Because I don't have. Anyway, I'm gonna start another one really quick, and I can talk about. Anyway, so Chisoon is healing 10,000 every single time, and every single time that she uses start a new session, no thank you. Horrible people. I usually raid at night. Raiding during the day might be a little bit worse because, let's try and make a party so I can kick out stupid people. Raiding during the day might be worse because I know maybe less hardcore people raid. Okay, this person looks good. Only Chisoon and Colleen on the front line. Actually, no, I retract my statement. Colleen with 868 defense and Chisoon with 787. No, thank you. Yes, I didn't even have to kick you out. You just left. Okay, Zermidon, 802 defense. She has a lot of life, but she still takes massive She's going to be taking massive hits because that move is directly proportional. Okay, that's intense for the front line. You look tolerable, but you left. So anyway, okay. So one of the reasons why that heal is so good is because 10,000 every time, right? Every 10,000 every time she uses it. Look at my fedora. My fedora only has 17,000 HP. Well, exactly 17,000. Um, without debuff or without a buff. So she's healing 50, like almost 60, maybe 63% of his max HP every time. And so Ariel's is only 40, 45, and then the 15% over time. So Chasun is so good for the raids to me because it's more about defense than HP. I think that's come to us, came out with new content and they wanted to say, people are doing a lot of HP based runes because Hall of Heroes HP is really good because, and Arena HP's, it's all about HP in the Arena because everyone can defense break you. And so they're like, let's come out with a new content that, encourages people to make use of defense runes instead of just HP because the front line takes damage. It's really proportionately based on your defense. So I know this, excuse my rune, as my sister would say, excuse my nail. Um, excuse my rune. This rune, I've been meaning to power it up, but it's just not working for me right now, and I just spent so many runes. I just spent like a million mana powering up this rune because I waited for so long to get a 6-star HP good one in that slot, and it just hasn't happened. Okay, let's see if people are ready here. Ooh, HP. Oh, I don't know about this person. Wow, that Brian has a lot of life. Brian, Rand, I don't know how people say. Why are people putting Trevor on the O so he can vampire really good? Well, this person looks like they've done it before, so I'll trust their setup. Make your... I don't want win defense. Make your Brian your leader. Brian, leader, please. Oops. Alright. Hopefully this will work. Anyway, so since I'm not just plugging monsters with HP like other people, which works. I mean, this guy's Brian has like freaking 43,000 HP with unbuffed. He's not gonna die, I don't think. On raid 3, no. But I'm pretty sure that when you do get to raid 5, it you can't just like BS your way having HP on the front row. You have to have defense on the front row, which makes it so. And other I'm going to keep going off on soon, but there are other monsters that heal based on um, defense or based on their HP and not not just like 15% HP of all people. Well, this is going really fast. This dragon's gonna this boss. Okay, so I just love her. Uh, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so you need to bring a lot of heals. So normally, my Chasun heals 1 through 100 Hall of Heroes all by herself, completely no problem. I auto every single floor except for stage 80 boss and stage 90 boss and the actual boss. I can't. Well, you can auto it after you kill the stupid towers. But anyway, so her heals are just but I still have I still have Talk in here because okay, number one, defense buff. I don't have a defense buff from anyone, and that one attack ignores beneficial effects, but not all the attacks do, certainly not all of them. So defense buff is really important in the raid boss. and Talk will give it every 3 turns, and I have him really fast. He used to be faster, I think, but I switched him out. I think I think I gave a higher quality speed rune to someone else. I can't remember. Anyway, he's pretty darn fast, so most of my team has defense buff at all times, unless, the boss removes it or something. Oh, look, we're doing pretty well. Let's look at this. Oh, yeah, because he can revive if his Trevor dies. Man, see, look at that Trevor. He just got wiped in one hit. And he's vampiring, but, man, that's just crazy to me. But if it works, it works. Anyway, sorry, distracting. I keep distracting. So, his heal also does based on his HP. It's not as much as Chasun's. You'll see that I only have 20,000. I only have 28,000 life on my Talk. If I had 40,000 like I do on my Chasun, which I plan to get him up there eventually, unless I get a Basalt, the Dark Elephant, before I start building Basalt is so, oh my goodness. Basalt is just crazy, amazeballs good. It's like the best thing. Anyway, I do plan to get him up there, but his heals, they aren't quite as high as Chasun's, even though they are based on his HP. They're not, it's not, it's not just a flat 25%. I think it's more like 17% of his use it here. Okay, and you just saw Peace from Kanamiya. So on top of Chasun and let's see, he only does 7,000. So, or he only did 6,000 with his Polar Roar. So he's not quite as good. Oh, this team looked really good. Let's do it again. Hopefully these people will keep raiding with me. Yeah, I guess that works for you with your Vampire Trevor on the front row. A lot of people put Ramagos on the front row, which I don't like Ramagos in the raid boss because its third skill doesn't have a chance to shine because it's 2 to 5%. That's okay. That's pretty good. I'd rather have HP or attack, but defense is okay. Yay, they want to keep going. Oh, see Trevor and put interesting. Oh, see. Fun. Okay. So yeah, so I have Kanamiya, Talk, and Chasun all doing heals just because the raid boss is always throwing so many attacks at you. It's on auto. So you can't control when your healers overlap and when they don't. I mean, they somewhat try to, excuse me. They somewhat try and not overlap, but they're overlapping all the time. Because especially with ones that have buffs. So right here, Talk is probably going to use his... Oh, he already used it. See, he used his heal, and then Chasun used hers because she wants to give attack buff to everyone, which is good, but not essential. I usually don't care that much about attack buff. The only person in the team that needs it really is my Casey, but that's only for her third skill. So... anyway, those are the two things that most people fail at in the raids is not enough defense on the front row and not enough heals. And people just die right and left. I'm amazed that people can bring tunes like this guy who can even bring Tessarian at all because I can't bring a monster that's only devoted to just offense and attack break. That's literally all, or defense break. That's all Theomars brings to the table is huge hits and defense break. That's all he does. I can't do that. All of my monsters have an extremely specific. They have this in multiple ways. So I've talked about my 2 healers, my 3. Well, Kami is more of a cleanse, but Talk is this skill too. Talk Talk is even better for the raid than Dark Elephant because this skill. All of the raid boss's attacks, the raid boss can't like crit you and they can't like do giant hits. So every single attack is going to fall under this category. It is going to be less than 20% of my HP, and therefore all damage inflicted to Talk is going to be reduced by half, and it can only be turned off by his Oblivion, um, which I do pretty good at avoiding the Oblivion um, with my immunity here that is given by Fedora, and also my cleanse from Kanamiya. So that's not me. So yeah, Talk just all around. All three of his skills are, well, actually this one doesn't do anything, but it's just the first skill, and these other two are so good for raid. They are like specifically for the raid boss. These two skills, I feel like, even though they didn't make him for the raid boss. But anyway, okay. Third, really vital person. Well, I already talked a bit about Kanamiya. I didn't used to have Kanamiya on Violent. I used to have him Swift, and I used to tell people Swift Kanamiya because because on auto because when he's not on auto he won't use this, or you can have him use this on someone else, or you can have when he's not on auto you can have him use this skill on himself. So the violence is really not good for not auto because he's just gonna you can just have him get another turn all by himself anyway, and so you can use him that on himself every time every other turn because his third skill is on a 3-turn cooldown. Ooh, nice Rainbow Mon, very nice. Ooh, Mystical Scroll. GZ. Hopefully they want to keep going. I don't think anyone's been dying the whole time, so hopefully my internet isn't sucky enough. Oh, Pan Sensei left the party. Okay, so, but yes, since the raid is all violent, I highly recommend Violent Runes. For Kanamiya, he's been a lot better. Speed, sorry, excuse this rune. In my opinion, well, the subsets are really bad here, so I don't know if I would take this up to 6-star. But if I was trying to do raid 5 with Kanamiya right now, I would definitely have this as 6-star speed rune. This should be plus 12 easily, but I've just been behind on my mana lately because I had to waste all on that stupid Chasun rune. With 40 power-up stones on that as well. 42 of the power-up chocolates, which is every single one that I had. It was so ridiculous. I was just completely out of my mind, angry when that was happening. Anyway, sorry, this video is getting kind of long. I'm gonna try and wrap it up here. So, Kanamiya, excellent for raid because he can just keep using this over and over and over. It's really good. Really, really, really good skill, this piece skill. Let's see, these people, resistance, defense, looks pretty good. Oh, Emma's so good for raid. I'm going to talk about that later. Well, her second skill is not that good, but I just love Emma. As soon as Emma, I was like, oh, increased defense and heals based on HP and gives a shield for the excess heal. Oh my gosh, her third skill, look it up. It's like so OP. I just love it. But I don't have it on my main account. Anyway. So yes, his first skill doesn't do anything for the raid boss, but these two are just wonderful together. As always, you want to have your cleanser above. For 3, I would say 75%, right? Where I have him, his resistance is fine. For raid 5, though, you really want to get him up there. I mean, well, with the buff or resistance buff, it's fine, but you want your cleanser to have as high a resistance as possible. He's my main. That's why I have this rune on Fedora, because Fedora, if there is one monster in the whole game that is like made for the raid boss, for the raid. It is Fedora. This move removes all debuffs and protects you from harmful effects for your turn, and protects you from death. It's so good. Really, really good for Dragon Speed 10. Really good for this boss because he's just always throwing debuffs on you. The only thing I don't like is that this boss does remove, with his Rageful Roar, he removes all buffs. And that, I haven't seen that resisted yet, so I don't think that can be resisted when he uses this move. So I don't, that's the only thing that I don't like about that. But, you know, what can you do? There's no escaping that. So immunity's good. All around. This skill is so good. For the raid boss, it decreases his attack and his defense. When you power it up all the way, it has a 100% chance. It's basically just body slam from Bernard, except it's 3-turn cooldown. Bernard's is a 2-turn cooldown. Very, very, very superior skill. Body slam. Bernard body slam is one of the most OP skills, I think. Anyway, before we get into Bernard, I'll finish. And then Deadly Blow. I used to be like, when I saw Death Knights, and I was like, HP recovery, like, that's worthless. Like, that's not even good. That was even before I had Jasoon. That was when I just had Kanamiya, and I was like, that's ridiculous. You can just remove the debuff and then heal through it anyway. Anyway, but that's not the case. Since then, I fought a lot of arena people that I've only won based because I've had this skill. Hard TOA. When TOA is Artemiel, the Light Archangel, you will not win debuff. Because he has so much life and he can heal himself. Oh, speed, but not on Swift. I really want Swift grindstones. And for speed, I really want to work on getting my Bernard faster. For arena and for just everything. The faster your speed buff goes, the faster your whole team goes. Anyway, sorry, this is still rambling on. Okay, so, but I thought HP unrecoverable was useless, but it is not. And it is very not useless for this raid boss because he recovers his own HP a lot. He recovers his own HP every single time he uses that Rageful Roar move. And I think he does it additional times too. I can't be quite sure about that. So there are 5 debuffs that need to be on the boss at all times. Slow, glancing hit. Let's see if they're going to be stuck on. Well, I'm not going to talk about them as they go on. Attack, break, defense, recoverable. Those are the 5 debuffs that can be put on the boss, and those are the 5 that need to be on him at all times. They all need to be there at all times. They're not on, something's going wrong, or he just, because like he shakes them off every time he does this move, this total annihilation move. You gotta re-put them on. But anyway, with 18 monsters, I think that he should be able to have those debuffs on him at all times if people are planning their things right. So, basically, Fedora super, super, super good for the raid boss, and he has more defense than his other, than his other elemental Death Knights. Diaz is another really good one. Diaz has this move, and his third move. Diaz is the Dark Death Knight. His third move is decreases all damage received by 15%, and reduces chance of receiving a critical. Kind of like Darien, the Light Vagabond, but better. Excuse me. So Bernard is my second to last person we're gonna talk about. Bernard is so amazeballs. Bernard is just crazy good. In my first video, I talked a little bit why I don't like Verdi Heal versus Bernard. This is why. Bernard's defense 703. 703. It is so good. With his HP and his speed, Bernard's stats, they are extremely good for what his skills are. His attack is low. He has absolutely no need for attack. This move does damage based on attack speed. Done deal. He has no need for attack. I wish his attack had... I wish it did not have plus 131. I wish it was like plus 0 attack. Because he does not need it at all. So he's just all HP, defense, and speed, which is just perfect. Ugh. Whereas Verdeheal, stupid Verdeheal, has like all this attack, which he does not need. I do not like my support monsters to have attack. I like them to be survival. I like them to just survive. I like them to concentrate on surviving and doing debuffs. If you know, and whatever they're doing, Burn Heal, all you're doing is you're just trying to crit as often as possible so you can get that support thing and increase your attack bars. But he has all this attack and his defense is like completely worthless. So you have to just like build a ton of HP, which does not work good with my Chasun because if I can't have other people having as much HP as her because she needs to heal like a whole buttload. You know, otherwise it diminishes if she doesn't. I don't know. That's kind of hard to explain. So if you guys don't understand that, I can explain it again. But basically, I like monsters with high defense because it can heal, you know, and low HP and high defense because that way my Chisun's heals are much more OP. Anyway, um, another reason, second reason Bernard is so good, his cooldowns are nothing. It says reusable in 3 turns, reusable in 5 turns. It's actually 2 and 3 once you power them up. He's super easy to power up. You get Griffins all the time from packs or mystical scrolls or whatever. So his cooldowns are like nothing. They are nothing, which works so good for swift builds because violent builds help you decrease your cooldown a little bit better than swift, but he doesn't even need to. He can always use these 2 skills. This skill is so good. It's good everywhere. It's good in the arena. It's good in the raid boss. It's good in TOA. It's good just everywhere. Everywhere. I just love it. It works so well with Veramos too because his Veramos's first skill is his attack power based on HP on speed too, and sometimes it's a really good Trial of Ascension team. Veramos will be your only attacker. I can talk about that later, but really everyone else is support. Sometimes Beretta, you know, with continuous damage, but a lot of times that's what it is. So Bernard, I just can't love Bernard enough. Okay, last monster, and then we'll be done. So I used to have Shannon. You're probably like, why do you have the water pixie? What the heck? I used to have Shannon. She was fine. She's dandy. She was my bae. You know, she was everything that I thought she was. I 6-starred her right away. I think this was almost the order. I'm pretty sure my dragon was first. No, actually, I'm pretty sure my Lumi was first because I knew she could solo stuff. She could solo. Lumi can solo like almost everything. 6-starred her first, and then I 6-starred Varad, and then I'm pretty sure I 6-starred Shannon right after that, and then I did. I think I did. Maybe I did Kanamiya. I thought I did Bernard. I didn't do Chalk until later. I did Beretta. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm really just drifting off topic. Anyway, but her third skill, the only difference that Shannon has with Casey is her third skill. Shannon has Pep Talk, Casey has this shooting star move, which usually people are like, what? That's the stupidest move I've ever tried it before. I don't need an attack defense buff. Usually I would if I didn't have Talk and Chasun. As soon as this guy's ready, I'm gonna go, but he's holding on. Oh, it's because my last person's not on. Anyway, I don't need attack and defense because I get defense from Talk and I get attack from Chasun. So her third skill is really kind of a waste. I mean, the boss does remove buffs, so you really want them on as much as possible, but you don't want to do overkill. And my damage was low, and and Casey's third skill. Casey's third skill is made for the boss too. It is amazing. So I just decided that she was more valuable to me, and I couldn't really 6-star anyone else right now because I could 6-star some other people, but I wouldn't use them. I'll talk about that later. But Anyway, so it's pretty sassy that I have 2 6-star pixies. But anyway, I have 2 6-star Death Knights too. But anyway, um, her third skill is really, really good. Um, I do not have her runed correctly right now. I have crit rate on this spot and not crit damage. Um, and I have just this lame attack percent rune and this one. This one, oh my goodness. Excuse my, hello. Excuse my rune major time on this one. I just don't have a good swift rune on that for her. I don't have a and I think this is a kind of goodish rune. I don't want to throw it away because it's a flat rune, because it's a rune that I had from like the beginning of the game, and I was like, well, who can use this rune? I was like, well, someone that doesn't have almost any defense, so that a percent rune would be almost, so a flat rune would be almost as good as a defense rune. So I just suck on her. This third skill. Summon shooting stars that attack all enemies randomly. The inflicted damage increases if the same target gets hit again. I'm going to drop out of this window, so hopefully you guys can see this attack hit. Raid boss, because there's only one enemy. In almost every single other thing, there's always... Did you see that? Did you just see that? Maze balls. She just wrecked the boss. In almost every single other fight, there's more than one enemy. There's either like towers, like the crystal tower things or whatever, turrets, what people call them, or something else that can get hit by that. There's only one target here in this fight. So, oh, she's getting low soon. You better hit her up. Oh, she might die. Nope, she died. Oh well, we're almost gonna win the boss. So that move multiplies. Her shooting star move, it attacks, multiplies every time it hits the boss. So 4 times in a row hits the boss. So it builds on it every time. It's just amazing. So she hits over 10,000 almost every single time. So really good. It's at least superior to Shannon in my opinion. And I really need her first 2 skills quickly. You should probably know Shannon's first 2 skills by now, but I'll talk about them anyway. It goes to Glinting Hit with the first skill, 80% chance, and Decelerate, 100% chance at the second skill. And it's only a 2 turn cooldown, or 3 turn cooldown. Decelerate. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. It's really long. I'm sorry. Hopefully you can navigate it and find which spots you want to talk about. If you want to learn more about the raid, I can do another one and talk about more specific things. I'll go through, look at monsters, and I'll talk about which ones are good for raid and which ones are not, instead of just my monsters. I'll talk about the more common ones in a different video, because it's getting really long. Okay, thanks for watching. If you did watch the whole thing, this is my first talking video, so forgive me if I did lame things in it. Okay, see you next time. Bye.